culmination of so much stuff that I cracked. I had an extremely very bad weekend, and it kind of broke the rest of the week for me. What's weird is that I'm still feeling kind of normal. I shouldn't feel this normal, because the week hasn't gotten any better. I've still been fighting stuff falling apart. I had an appointment that was extremely important, and couldn't get there because miraculous ice storm the night before, and so it was just a whole bunches of fun all week. So everything that I tried to do basically didn't happen. Long story short, it was a last straw, and it just broke me. I'm broken. Yes. So most of my game stuff was just minor little stuff. However, the watching stuff, I've caught up all the way to the recent episode of Gotham. I'm caught up to, apparently The Walking Dead isn't through its season like I thought it was, so I'm caught up with it now. Watched How to Train Your Dragon 2, not near as good as the first one, but it was still enjoyable. Some really over-the-top cartoony stuff that I can't believe the directors let through, but okay. I mistakenly watched the Birdman movie that won so many awards. I get certain... Somebody's sweeping.
Damn it. It's like this mic, whenever I do anything, it picks up.
I understand why people were really enthralled with the movie. It was something really different. There was some really fascinating stuff about it, and the fact that it was a movie that was made to look like it was done in all in one take. And those are usually really impressive stuff to watch, whether it's that one scene in the early part of Serenity movie, or there was a particular fight scene. I think it was Ong Bak that did it. It was the guy from Ong Bak, but I wasn't sure if it was that movie. It might have been the Guardian, or it's been too long ago. But the movie itself was horrible. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just not artsy enough. Maybe I'm not insane enough. Maybe I'm not liberal enough. I don't know what the problem is. It's just all I can see is if this was flipped in other ways, there would be tons of people that would be getting upset right now. And it also did not escape me that 3 of the major movies that won all those Oscars were all about disability type stuff, which just drove me back to that really stupid movie, Tropic Thunder, with that thing about never go full retard. That's what came to mind, because everybody who's winning Oscars is all playing Forrest Gump stuff. Anyway, I also watched Evolution again because, I really enjoyed the first 2 Ghostbusters movies, even the one that nobody seems to not like, but yet they do anyway. And Evolution was pretty much the closest thing to a Ghostbusters movie because it was Reitman, it was Aykroyd, there was a lot of similar people on it, and there was one segment, the mall scene, that felt like if the rest of the movie could have been like that mall scene, this would have been a funny, fantastic movie. But no, the rest of it is absolute crap, and I had forgotten how bad it was. Now I know why nobody liked it, or remembers it, or anything else, but alas. And beyond that, just some more fairy tale. I haven't actually gotten through a whole lot of it, but I have also started watching that cartoon series that's like the Marvel version of the Justice League animated series that's following really closely to the comic books. I can't think of the name of it. Avengers Heroes of Earth? Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Okay, so I thought I'd check it out a little bit, because there's a lot of stuff about the Marvel Universe I don't know, and since it's being so faithful, because 2 of the writers are 2 of the best writers in animation right now, so that's nice. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all of that long, pointless charade. And it probably goes without saying, but Leonard Nimoy passed away today. He was 83, and I was given the last post on his Twitter here that, like Grover was saying earlier, it's like he knew it was going to be really soon, because he'd been posting stuff like this all along. But this one was, a life is like a garden, perfect moments can be had, but not preserved, except in memory. Live long and prosper.
Yep. It's not much else to say. He couldn't said it better.
Yep. And there's some other interesting news that's gone on. Blade Runner 2 seems to be an actual thing by director Denis Villeneuve, and Harrison Ford is actually signed to do this, so he's back in the new Blade Runner movie, which I'm not entirely sure about, because Blade Runner is kind of famous of being one of those ambiguous endings that people aren't quite sure what really was and what really wasn't, despite there being like 4 different versions of that movie.
Yeah.
Another big thing that happened this week was the net neutrality law that the FCC approved. There are parts about this bill that scare the crap out of me, but at the same time, it is going to help keep out a lot of that stuff that we've been fighting for, at least morally, if not directly. The cable companies just rolling over people with their prices and gouging and all that type of stuff, and their bandwidth caps and everything else. This should help that. However, there's a lot of legal documentation too that is going to make it a lot easier for the government to get into your business, and make it a lot easier for these same corporations to do like tier level stuff, which is exactly just about as bad as what they were doing already. So it's a win for the internet on one hand, and it's a scary loss on the other, because politicians are being politicians, and they wrote themselves a whole bunch of scapegoats and loopholes that they can use and abuse for lawsuits later. And the fact that they did this entirety through very sketchy means so they could avoid certain oversight committees only makes it all the worse. So this may be one of those Thanks Obama moments. Meanwhile, on a little better news, The Escapist, who's mostly known for Yahtzee as far as I know, they fired several people over the last couple of months, including people like movie Bob Chipman, who has been extremely anti-Gamergate. And while none of these people are saying that they've actually been fired, it was more like for supposedly economic reasons with the parent companies and stuff like that. I find it kind of strange that people are getting fired and replaced if it was a matter of money. And even more interesting that while it's not being anything that's, hey, look what we're doing over here, all of the people that they're hiring are either very neutral on the Gamergate thing or very pro-Gamergate. So the Escapists may have turned themselves, I can't say around because they were always a little bit on the neutral side. They did some stuff with their forums and they allowed a lot of angry people on there to say things that they shouldn't have got away with saying. But for the most part, they kind of stayed out of the way of it, just like joysticks seem to. But we're seeing a lot of this stuff going on, so I'm hoping that's a good sign. I hope we're not going to shoot ourselves in the foot with all this after it's all over.
Yeah.
And then the Power Rangers fan film. Have you guys heard about that?
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty awesome.
Extremely high budget from a well-known director and even a couple of people some people might recognize, like Vanderbeek and Shakoff? I don't remember her name. Anyway, she was the one that played Starbuck on the rebooted Battlestar Galactica. And it was extremely violent. There was a lot of cussing. And it was basically what happens when they're older and things go absolutely wrong. And Saban and Disney said, what the heck? That is not right. Copyrights. No, this is evil. And basically banned it off of YouTube.
Yep.
So on the one hand, I can see why they would be very up in arms about it because I don't know so much about Disney, but Saban does own the rights to this, so they have full legal say over stuff like this. They can shut down fan films. We've seen this in the past. I don't know. I can see both sides of the story, and I am kind of unsure how I feel about the film itself because there was a lot of it was like Power Rangers Kill Bill. It was crazy.
That's pretty bad.
Anyway, thought I had another story here, but if I do, it's lost in the annals of history. But that's okay.
The anus of history.
I could contribute, but I have a coma.
Yeah, we need to let you get to bed.
Are you okay, Grover, or do you need a lobotomy?
But alas, for better weeks ahead, yes.
Oh,
so,
yes.
You can contact us. I've been forgetting this for like the last 2 weeks, so sorry about that, guys. You can contact us with email at prinnycast@gmail.com and our Twitter is @prinnycast, of course. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever you feel like doing. All the above.
Do it. Do it now.
Yeah. Buzzes.
Buzzes on the things.
Buzz.
And
I definitely don't want to fight against Ness.
Oh, yeah. Earthbound. Buzz was the buzz, yo.
Uh-huh.
They got squashed, but spoilers. For the first 30 minutes of the game, the spoilers.
Oh no, that's not a 20-year-old reference or anything.
No, of course not. And it's a fairly obscure one at that. But we'll see you all next time on the PrinnyCast, and we'll try to get you up some more videos. Grover's still continuing with his Earthbound retrospectives
I need to do one.
years ago.
I'll do one.
I'm still trying to do some tutorials. I have one more Prinny plays left. I need to get some more of those in the can too. So if I get behind again, it's good. Nice to have a little room to move. And Mike may be posting some stuff too someday. He's been doing some things on the Twitches. Not in a while, have you?
Yeah, I haven't been uploading lately because I've been having those computer issues. We had to do a lot of downloading, and since our ISP does have a data cap, I didn't really think about that when I started streaming, so I don't know what streaming actually does.
It hurts. It's stupid. That's why I don't like that capping stuff.
See you next time.
Yeah. Just run.
See you next time. Bye, Grover.